Hey guys, Monarch Synchro here. Again, bringing you a new video this time. I'm doing it on my my agent deck. And, this is the build that I'm planning on running for the September ban list. And so yeah, let's get started on it. I run one Gorse. Gorse is pretty good. You're not gonna be setting a lot of back row, so it's easy to bait your opponent by usually setting like an MST, and then when they go attack, you chain MST to their back row, and then you drop Gorse, potentially hitting like a warning to stop them from stopping your Gorse. BLS, because he's broken, you need him pretty much in every deck, maybe except Gravekeepers, I don't know. To Christia, one of the big boss monsters of the deck, you need it to stop special summoning. It's just pretty broke when you get it on the field. The other three boss monsters, Hyperion, the card is really good. It gets you pluses, so you have to run it at 3. 3 Earths, because they get you your Venus and they're agents and you need them for the Hyperion. And they're tuners, so if anything you can just synchro with them. 3 Shine Balls, you pretty much need them to thin out the deck, and yeah, 2 is inconsistent in my opinion. 2 Venus, I don't like 3. It's just like you don't need 3, because once you get the Shine Ball thing off, one of them is gonna be pretty much dead because you can't really use the Shine Balls anymore. So 2 is, in my opinion, the perfect ratio. And then I run 2 Doom Cows. I think Doom Cows is gonna be pretty good since it's gonna be a not a lot of back row format. It's easier for them to get in. And the only thing that sucks is that they get Veilered in the main phase and you lose them, but other than that, it's okay. 1 Birdman, because of the Venus Birdman combo. Everybody knows about that now. He's pretty good, and he's a dark. If anything, if I need a dark, I'll just summon it in synchro with something and drop BLS. 1 Honest, because you need it in all this stuff. They're all lights and it's a fairy. 1 Effect Veiler. I was running 2, but as some people may know already, Konami changed the rulings on XYZs, so now Sangan doesn't get its effect, Goblin Zombie doesn't get its effect, Tengu doesn't get its effect. So stopping that tour guide play is gonna be less important, like almost obsolete. You don't really need to stop it anymore, because they're only gonna really get a 25 beater out of it. So Veiler's not gonna be that good in my opinion. If you need another one, you just side it, but 1 is enough in my opinion. So the monsters is 20. And then as for the spells, 3-Pot Duality, makes the deck really consistent, and it does special summon a lot, but drawing this first turn is pretty important, because if you can get this off and get one of your Trap Dust Shoot first turn, you're guaranteeing that you're gonna win, because it's a pretty good opening. 2 MST, not 3. You don't need 3. In my opinion, you should be able to bait out enough stuff with this deck to where you don't need that many MSTs. Not to mention that if you're playing against like a good player, you don't want to draw MST and then set there. Like if your opponent is setting 1 back row and you draw MST, you're gonna probably try to blind MST this, or not blind but hit it, and it's gonna be a -1. So in my opinion, you don't really need it, because Heavy Storm's back, so that should put enough pressure on your opponent not to set a lot of back row. Staples, Monster of 1 Dark Hole. Book of Moon is still good. It's chainable. If anything, you can save yourself from taking damage or stopping your opponent from synchroing if like they mind control you or something. And I run 1 Valhalla. When I was testing with this deck, I realized that sometimes Christia and Hyperion were contradicting with each other. I had them in my hand with only 4 fairies, and I was like, should I drop Hyperion? But if I do, then I have to remove a light fairy from my graveyard, an agent, and then I have to probably remove another light to get its effect off, to get a +1. So, and then that makes my Christia kind of dead now, because there's only 2 light fairies. So I have to wait for this guy to die and then another fairy to die. So I mean, Valhalla just ensures me that if I top deck into one of these and they're dead because I can't drop them, I don't have fairies or agents in my graveyard, I can drop it with that, and that makes it so that they're not as dead. Not to mention that you can go Valhalla, special summon Hyperion, special summon Christia by its effect when you have 4 fairies, and that way you have 2 boss monsters, and then pretty much you can normal summon still and try to go for game, because this is 55 damage already. So drop like maybe a Venus, and that's already 7100 damage. So it's pretty good damage. It can go for game. Um, the traps, that was 10 spells. Two warnings. You need them. A lot of people are saying that they're bad, but I mean, this deck is able to drop Stardust first turn when you get the Venus Birdman combo. So what you can do is have a Stardust and a Gachi Gachi and set your warning, Mirror Force, and stuff like that. So warning's still good because you can stop that potential gores when they drop it, like, or when they drop something crazy. Warning's still pretty good. Mirror Force, Torrential, they're pretty good. And then the two staples of the format, in my opinion, that are gonna be good: Draw, Shoot, and Mind Crush. A lot of people are gonna be searching. Mind Crush is just broken against Lightsworn Twilight because you pretty much can read your opponent pretty good, and when you're pretty much gonna be ensured that they're gonna have at least one or two JDs mid to late game, and you can pretty much Mind Crush them. Bottomless, this card's gonna be pretty good in my opinion, just to stop like the Christia, maybe stop the BLS without having to pay life points. Sure, it might get a plus, but Bottomless just, I don't know, it just gets rid of free monsters like without having to pay. One Starlight Road, it's kind of like the nuts to my opinion if you draw Starlight Road with like a lot of back row, because you're ensured that you're not gonna get Heavy Storm, and if your opponent is bad and he does decide to Heavy Storm you, you can just punish them. And if it's a bad, like a good player, they're most likely not gonna Heavy Storm you if they know that you're good, because they're gonna be sure that you're not gonna set a lot of back row without protection, because that's stupid, right? But at the same time, it also allows you, like, if you pull this off a lot, you're gonna reach a point where you're gonna be able to bluff and set 3 to 4 back row without having this, and your opponent's not gonna Heavy Storm you because they're pretty much not gonna give you a free Stardust. Compose, it's just chainable, and this deck's kind of like weak against Catastor, so if you get hit with a Catastor, kind of sucks, so you can at least compulse it. Call of the Haunted, I just like it because you're able to bring back like all these big beaters back. If they killed your Earth, you can summon that, pay the life points, call the Haunted Earth, and then Trishula them, so it's pretty good. So that's it. The deck is 40 cards. I try to make it as consistent as possible, making it 20, 10, and 10. So, and then the Synchro deck, you need one Trish. I run one Chimera because I sided Cyber Dragons. Scrap, this is supposed to be another Stardust because Starlight Road, and then you make another Stardust with the Birdman Venus. So you need at least 2 Stardust in my opinion. Black Rose, Gaia, Rheonic, Android, Catastor. Sorry for that glare. Utopia. I'm supposed to drop Leviathan for Levier. But yeah, you're supposed to run one of each. Gachi Gachi, because it's really good in this deck. And then the last card should be whatever you want, really. I mean, you can make it an Ancient Fairy Dragon, Orient Dragon, maybe a Librarian if you really wanted to, but yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. This is my build. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you guys think about it. This is pretty much the deck. I really like it. It's pretty fun, and it's really consistent. I hardly draw like the shine balls together. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think, and comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.